Imagine waking up and discovering that the money in your wallet is worthless, not declining in value, not experiencing inflation, completely, utterly worthless. What if the US dollar, the foundation of global finance, the reserve currency of the world, collapsed overnight? It begins with a rumor at 3 a.m. Eastern Time. Screenshots of internal Federal Reserve documents leak online. The numbers are catastrophic. Debt levels that were unsustainable have crossed into impossible. Foreign governments are dumping treasury bonds simultaneously. By the time Wall Street opens, panic has already consumed Asia and Europe. The first trades trigger immediate circuit breakers. Markets halt within minutes, but the damage is done. The dollar drops 15% against major currencies before trading freezes, then 20%, then 40%. Numbers that would normally take years now happen in hours. Financial news anchors struggle to explain what's happening because nothing like this has ever happened before. Your bank account says you have $50,000. That number hasn't changed, but what it can buy has. Yesterday, that was a decent car. This morning, it might not buy a used bicycle. The numbers stay the same while their meaning evaporates. Gas stations shut down because they can't price fuel fast enough. The gas that was $4 per gallon at sunrise is being hoarded by owners who know that by sunset, they'll need to charge $40 per gallon just to break even. Lines form immediately. Fights break out. Police arrive, but they're overwhelmed. This is happening at every gas station in America simultaneously. Grocery stores face impossible decisions. Accept dollars that are plummeting in value, or refuse payment and face riots. Most choose the middle path. They raise prices every hour. Bread that cost $5 in the morning costs $12 by lunch. By dinner, it's $30, not because of greed, but because the dollars they're accepting are worth less with each passing moment. People rush to buy anything tangible. If currency is collapsing, physical goods become the new savings account. Electronics, appliances, canned food. Anything that holds real value, stores sell out within hours. Amazon's website crashes from traffic. Online retailers suspend operations because they can't price items in a currency that's in freefall. The government holds an emergency press conference. The president assures the nation that the situation is under control. Nobody believes it. How do you control a crisis of confidence when confidence is all that money ever was? The dollar isn't backed by gold or silver. It's backed by faith in American institutions. And that faith is evaporating in real time. Foreign governments act swiftly. China announces it will no longer accept dollars for trade. The European Union follows. Oil-producing nations demand payment in euros or yuan. Global trade, which has operated in dollars since World War II, suddenly has no common currency. International commerce doesn't slow down. It stops. American military bases overseas face a crisis nobody planned for. How do you maintain global military presence when your currency can't buy supplies from local economies? Service members stationed in Germany, Japan, Korea, discover their paychecks are worthless in local shops. The empire built on economic power starts crumbling because the economic power just vanished. By day 2, the social fabric tears. People who worked their entire lives, who saved responsibly, who did everything right, watch their retirement accounts become meaningless numbers on screens. $1 million 401k is now worth less than a month's groceries. 70-year-olds who planned for a comfortable retirement face poverty overnight through no fault of their own. The ripple effects hit in waves. Medical care becomes inaccessible for many. Hospitals still operate, but doctors and nurses stop showing up when their paychecks can't buy food. Insurance companies, which collect premiums in dollars and pay claims in dollars, face insolvency. Elderly people on Medicare discover their coverage is theoretical when no one will accept the payment. Crime spikes to levels that make major cities unrecognizable. When money becomes worthless, survival becomes the only currency. Looting isn't opportunism anymore. It's necessity. Police forces struggle to maintain order when their own officers are worried about feeding their families. Who risks their life for a paycheck that can't buy dinner? International relations shift overnight. America's influence, built on being the world's economic center, disappears. Allies who depended on U.S. military support and economic aid suddenly look elsewhere. Enemies see opportunity. Territorial disputes that were kept in check by American economic pressure flare up. The global order maintained since 1945 starts to fracture. Some communities adapt faster than others. Rural areas with local food production and barter systems weather the storm better than cities dependent on complex supply chains. Farmers become wealthy overnight, not in dollars, but in real terms, they have what people need most: food. Urban dwellers have skills made worthless without the economic infrastructure to use them. Cryptocurrency enthusiasts declare victory, claiming this proves their point about decentralized money. But the infrastructure supporting crypto depends on stable power grids and internet connectivity. As civil unrest grows and systems fail, Bitcoin wallets become as inaccessible as bank accounts. Different problem, same result. By week 2, alternative currencies emerge organically. Some states attempt their own money. Some cities create local scrip. Precious metals, especially silver for small transactions, become the de facto currency. A weird mixture of barter economy and makeshift monetary systems develops. Society doesn't end, but it transforms into something unrecognizable. This is where the debate gets intense. And I want your take in the comments. Could America recover from a total dollar collapse? Or would it mark the permanent end of the United States as we know it? Because historically, empires don't survive the death of their currency. The government attempts to launch a new dollar, backed by commodities, by government guarantees, by anything that might restore confidence. But who trusts the same institution that just oversaw the collapse of the old dollar? Convincing people to adopt a new currency from a government that destroyed the previous one is nearly impossible. International organizations like the IMF try to stabilize the situation, but they're designed to handle currency crises in small nations, not the collapse of the world's reserve currency. There's no bailout package big enough, no emergency loan that matters. The foundation of global finance just broke, and there's no blueprint for fixing it. Months pass. A new normal emerges from chaos. Maybe it's regional currencies. Maybe it's a return to commodity-based money. Maybe it's some digital system created from the ashes of the old one. But the America that existed before, the superpower whose economic strength shaped the world, is gone. History books will mark this as the moment American dominance ended. Not with a war, not with a natural disaster, but with the collective realization that the piece of paper in your pocket only has value because we all agreed it did. And the moment that agreement broke, everything built on it collapsed. You're holding money right now, in your wallet, in your bank account, in your investments. Its value is based entirely on trust. Trust in institutions, in government, in the agreement that tomorrow it will still be worth something. What if that trust is more fragile than you ever imagined? What if the entire global economy is one crisis of confidence away from the scenario we just described? Sleep well tonight, knowing that the money you're counting on for your future is backed by nothing more than collective belief. And belief, as history shows us, can evaporate faster than anyone predicts.